to a new speed build in The Sims 4, and today I'm building a house that I called White Cottage. And the reason why I decided to call this house White Cottage is because this house is entirely white. I actually took inspiration from a picture that I found recently on my phone that I had found a very long time ago on this phone, because my phone is actually a seven-year-old phone, and I would have liked to show you the picture, but because my phone is so old, I don't have the original wire that allowed me to transfer data from my phone to my computer and vice versa, and I have no way to send any pictures from my phone or videos or anything from my phone to the computer. I have no way of doing that, so I'm so sorry I cannot show you the picture, but I can describe it to you. So the house was entirely white, probably because it was snowing, so there was a lot of snow everywhere. You could also see the picket fence which were white, and everything in the house, or actually from the outside of the house, the picture that I could see was entirely white, which is why I called this place White Cottage. Now, when it comes to cottage, I'm actually not that good when it comes to architecture. I'm trying to learn a bit more things about architecture to be able to name the houses correctly, or at least when I'm building a style, I would like to have a bit more knowledge on that particular style, just to make sure that I'm not making any mistakes. So for me, this looks like a cottage, but maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But in any case, I really had a lot of fun building this house. The only thing that I'm not really happy with is the backyard and the front yard, because I've built this house in this kind of foresty area in Brindleton Bay, and the two lots that you have in this area are 30 by 20 lots. So they're pretty small, and when I was finally done with the house, I thought maybe I could have built it on a bigger lot, but I really saw this house for some reason being in this area of Brindleton Bay, probably because in the original picture that I saw, there were a lot of trees that looked exactly like the ones you can find in this area of Brindleton Bay. So also something that I really like about this house is that there's 2 bedrooms upstairs, so actually, no, not 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. One detail about this house that I was really not happy with and that I tried to find a solution for was that there's only 1 bathroom in this house, and I did not manage to fit any other bathroom anywhere. So you have 1 bathroom with 1 toilet, and that's it for 3 bedrooms. And I actually made one of the bedrooms being for a toddler or a baby. One is, of course, the master bedroom, though the master bedroom is pretty much of the same size of the bedroom for the child or teenager. I was imagining that it was more like a transition bedroom, you know, when you're, in a way, kind of preteen bedroom. And the 2 bedrooms are pretty much of the same size, and I don't know, I really enjoyed furnishing the interior of the house, but as I said, I'm not really that pleased with the backyard, and I think I could have done something better. But I really did not want to move the house anywhere else. I thought it was exactly where it needed to be, and I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this house. I think the interior is really cool. I think it's really easy to play in. I played and tested this house. There's nothing too weird really placed in this house, so there is no issue whatsoever for the Sims to move around or do things. But once again, as I said, I think the exterior could have been better, and especially with the backyard. At some point, actually, I thought just extending a little bit more the front yard and just getting rid of this kind of deck area that I had in the backyard, or at the back of the house. But in the end, I had an idea from a table that I found that came with Get Famous, and this table is beautiful, and I think my grandparents had a table similar to this one. And I didn't see this table being in the front yard. I really imagined this table being in the backyard. Because I don't know if this is something that you guys feel, but for me there is a huge difference between front yard and backyard. And for some people, the front yard and the backyard are pretty much the same thing, and you can have the barbecue area and the dining space outside being in the front yard. But for me, I don't know, it needs to be in the backyard because it gives more privacy to the family or the people just hanging out there being at the back of the house. But because this house is also built in a little bit differently, because you have this, I don't know, the house is on the length of the lot, but when your sim first spawn on the lot, they are where the gate is. And in a way, there is no front yard or backyard, there is a right yard and a left yard, if that makes any sense. So I don't know, the privacy is not really there, but I don't know, for me it made sense for this table to be in the backyard. And also I placed a round table in the front yard because I was imagining that the barbecue area was actually at the front, while at the back it was more when it's summer and the family just wants to have some fun together and be, I don't know, drinking cocktails or hanging out with friends and just enjoying the sun. And I decided also to make some kind of a garden area where the family could also grow some plants. And yeah, I think for the space that I had left for the backyard and front yard, for the exterior rather, I think I've done something great, but I really believe that I could have done something better. So let me know in the comments what you think. But when it comes to the interior, which I'm actually starting to working on now, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And something that actually someone told me once was that for the living area, it needs to be in kind of a secure space, you know, away from the entrance room to give a bit more privacy. And whenever someone tells me something, it kind of sticks into my head and I just keep thinking of that. Like once, someone told me, and I think one of you guys told me as well in the comments, that having bathrooms coming into the kitchen was unsanitary and really disgusting, or that disgusted them. And also one person once told me that it was not allowed when it came to building houses, even though I've seen in real life people having their toilets or bathrooms directly be connected to the kitchen. Like you have just a door and then you have the bathrooms or the toilets and it's just right there, just next to the kitchen. So I don't know if this is entirely true, but since then it's something that really bothers me whenever I have a kitchen and next to it a bathroom. I don't know why, it's something that really disturbs me. And that same person actually who told me that it was unsanitary to have bathrooms or toilets being connected to the kitchen also told me that it was better for a house to have the living area being kind of secured and away from the entrance area, which is why I decided to build this kind of half wall and make it a little bit away from the entrance area while still being connected to it, so this way there's no kind of closed environment in this entire floor plan in the first level of the house. So it's an entirely one open space and I really like that. The kitchen also is very big. I thought it was maybe too big, but on the other hand, I don't know, there's some houses that do have big kitchens and maybe The Sims maybe can enjoy doing that. And you know, sometimes when you want to just cook, you want to have some space. So yeah, there's a lot of empty spaces in this house, but this was not something that bothered me that much. I think it's actually really great, and it allows the Sims to move around as they want, and it gives more freedom and more air into the house. And as you can see, the interior is also really bright. This is something that I was imagining because, as I said, it's called White Cottage, and there's a reason for that. And also for this kind of sunroom, or maybe it's not really a greenhouse, it's more like a sunroom. At first I wanted to add this kind of modern addition to the house because, as I said, the picture that I found was only for the porch of the house and kind of the front of the house with the picket fence and everything, but I didn't see the back of the house, so I was entirely imagining it. And I was really imagining because this house looked like a cottage, which is why I named this house a cottage. But I've always wanted to build, and I think I can do something even better, as I said. I think I can do something better when it comes to adding kind of a modern addition to an old house. And this is something that I'm still trying to experiment, and this is one of the first experimentations that I'm doing with adding this kind of sunroom, which looks a bit more modern and like it does not really fit into the house, but yet it's a part of it. And I decided to turn this into kind of a lounge area with a sofa, a couple of armchairs, where you can go, you know, when it's winter and it's really cold outside, but yet there's some sun and you just want to enjoy a little bit of light and brightness from the sunlight. And I'm really imagining a bunch of Sims just hanging out there with their hot cocoa or hot tea or hot chocolate, hot whatever, and just talking together while it's snowing outside and there's the sun just coming into this room, and I think it can be really great. And this space here that I'm filling with a lot of plants, I really didn't know what to place there, and I thought, because it looks like a greenhouse in a way, or maybe it can be turned into a greenhouse, maybe why not place a few plants? And since this is the area where there's the most light, maybe the Sims actually decided to place a lot of plants there so that these plants can actually survive. And I just realized that I've used this palm palm tree plant in a way twice, but I love this plant. It's so cool. This is a plant that came with the Caribbean update, and it's really, really pretty. But you cannot use it without using the move objects cheat, because otherwise it's really far away from the wall, and it takes 4 tiles, which I think is a lot for this plant. So using it with the move objects cheat is necessary. You need that. Also, the living area is so pretty. I really, really like it. It's so cozy, and at first I was not thinking placing a TV above the fireplace, but in the end I decided to, because it's really handy when it comes to playing into The Sims. So this is something that I usually do not do in my houses, because I personally don't have a TV, I don't watch TV, I don't like it. I think the programs that are shown on TV are just stupid, and it's something that I do not enjoy that much. A lot of people do like watching TV, I'm not judging them in any way, but it's personally something that I don't like. And when it comes to building houses, I think and I believe that most Sims builders take inspiration from the houses they lived in, or the house that they dream of having, and the way also they live in real life. Even if they're not living in a huge mansion, I think they take some inspiration from where they live, and for me, it's the case. I take inspiration from the houses that I've been in, the houses that I lived in, and the way I live currently, and also the way that I wish to live one day. And this is where I took most of my inspiration when it comes to building and furnishing the houses. And so usually in my houses, I do not place TVs because I don't like TV. I mean, I liked watching movies and stuff like that, but not on TV itself, you know, not on the program. I liked having DVDs, or just being able to have a big screen TV to just watch whatever movie I wanted to watch on Netflix or stuff like that. But not having a TV in my house is something it's something very important to me. So usually in my Sims houses, I do not place any TV. But in this case, I decided to place one in anyway. And now I'm starting to work on the upstairs, and that's actually when I'm realizing, oh my god, there's only one bathroom in this house. And as you may have seen, there was a fade-in, and that was because I tried to place a second toilet somewhere, at least a toilet, you know, even shower or bathtub, it doesn't really matter, but at least a second toilet somewhere. But I didn't find any room for that. Maybe actually the area where there's the fireplace, because there's this kind of 3 tiles little room that I decided to not change and add so that it could look as if there was the fireplace that was going through that. By the way, I think I actually forgot to place the chimney decoration that can actually create the smoke whenever you're lighting up the fire in the fireplace. I forgot to place that. Maybe I can add it if I did not upload the house already. In any case, if I already uploaded the house, I'm really sorry. But it's just a mistake, you know, that happens. But yeah, I think this little area, you can actually easily turn it into a simple toilet. Just place a toilet in there with a simple door. I guess it could work well, and I thought about doing that, but the fireplace is in between the I think it's on the second tile in the middle, and it kind of goes in the middle to the other 2 tiles, and I didn't want to move it around, and I liked having the 2 bookshelves on the sides of the fireplace, so I did not want to move that away. But if you guys are getting any trouble to playing in this house because there's only 1 toilet, I guess this is a way you can change the toilets in it. Also, if you ever took one of my houses and you renovated it, you redid entirely the floor plan, and if you want to redo entirely the floor plan of this house, renovate it entirely, I would love to see some of the screenshots that you have taken. I would really not take that badly, you know, bad in any way. I would actually find this really cool that thanks to my house, actually, you had some inspiration to do something with the house, or even just see the houses that you built because you were inspired by the houses I've done. I would love to see something like that, so don't hesitate to share some of these pictures on Twitter, or also on my Discord, because I recently created a Discord, so you can join that. I will try to put a link for everything in the description. And also put a link of this house in the description as well, which I usually forget to do whenever I upload my video of the house. I always forget to just share the link on the gallery. I always forget for some reason, I don't know why. But here I'm working on the kind of pre-teen bedroom, as you may have seen for the parents' bedroom. The bedrooms are pretty much of the same size. And I don't know why, but I decided to make this house orange, which was actually the color of the bedroom I was sleeping in when I was growing up. So maybe I was feeling this house very, very comfortable, you know, I was very comfortable when furnishing and building this house, probably because of the area I was building it in, and I don't know, I really like it. Even though, as I said earlier, I think I could have done a better job with the backyard. But anyway, we're coming towards the end of the video, so I'm going to leave you here. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you think of this house, and if you have any suggestions, any other ideas of houses that you would like for me to build, don't forget to leave them in the comments below also. And don't forget to download the house on the gallery. Once again, there's a link in the description, and to follow me on Twitter so that you can also get updates on whenever I go live on Twitch, and also just get updates on whatever I'm doing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the build, and I will talk to you in the next one.